everyone. I'm Danielle Goss, and welcome to another edition of the Third Age Health Brief. Unfortunately, no one travels through life without experiencing loss and the grief that accompanies it. What is important is to find the strength to be able to move through the process and get to the other side. There is no doubt that stress and grief can take a toll on the human body. Allowing yourself to feel these emotions and get those feelings out is what will aid in the healing process. Otherwise, if we hold our feelings in, internalizing the pain, mental health experts warn we may put ourselves at risk for psychological as well as physical illnesses. It is a well-known medical fact that the brain processes physical and emotional pain the exact same way. The body itself cannot tell the difference. So, here are some tips to help in assisting you through your feelings of sadness and grief to get you back on track to feeling like your old happy self. First, honor your feelings. There is no right or wrong way to grieve. Some people are comfortable with outward expressions of grief, others are very private. There is no manual on how to process the pain that you are experiencing. Some people want a lot of support and comfort, while others need to grieve alone. Either way is normal and acceptable and okay. Second, give yourself time. If someone tells you it's been long enough, get over it, you needn't take their advice. And frankly, they aren't in your shoes and won't understand. Grief takes as long as it takes. There are no time limits on how long one should grieve. Also, be aware that grief comes in waves. One day you may feel fine and happy, and the next overwhelmed by sadness and frustration at your loss. Try not to shut down. The shortest way to the other side of grief is going through the pain. A person who tries to suppress the sadness about a loss will eventually have to deal with the anger, sadness, and unfairness of the loss. There truly are 7 stages of grief. The more unresolved and suppressed grief is, the more a person's life may be emotionally restricted. The body cannot harbor pain, period. Therefore, it will find some way of exiting. If forced to be kept inside, the grief will come out in an unconscious way for those around you, sometimes resulting in physical or emotional harm to others. Put it into words. Putting your thoughts and feelings on paper is useful in going through the grieving process. It's another way to acknowledge your feelings and thoughts. This will help you to process emotions in a different way of your brain. Just let your feelings and emotions flow onto the paper. This is your private journal for your eyes only. Writing is very cathartic. Next, reconnect with your spiritual side. Whatever it takes to remind you that you are not alone and that the world is not random will help you get your footing back. This may mean reading inspirational materials or listening to the words of spiritual speakers. It can also include attending church, temples, support groups, being in nature, or in any place where you feel connected to the bigger picture. And finally, get some professional help. Medication may be helpful for sleep problems or to prevent grief from turning into severe depression. A therapist can help you consider the choices and decide what's right for you. Even more important, a therapist can help you understand that your thoughts and feelings are natural and that you will survive them. Most important is to know that you are not alone and that there are people willing to help you through the process if you so let them. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of the Third Age Health Brief. I'm Danielle Goss. Thank you for listening.